Kung Fu Panda 3 is out in theaters, and it is yet another installment in the Kung Fu Panda trilogy. Because there's an obsession with making trilogies nowadays. So, Kung Fu Panda 3, we have Po uniting with his actual father, and right before he even gets a chance to bond with him, we get a new villain, Kai, who shows up in the film, and we learn that Po needs to master the ways of being a dragon warrior, and one of the ways of doing this is by mastering Chi in order to defeat this villain. I will say that this story just feels really exhausted. There's really nothing new that gets added to the film. If simply this film is for those who enjoy the other two films and are okay with nothing new being added into this series. Literally, it's the same thing. We have a villain show up, Po's got to get motivated, and then he defeats the enemy. That's literally the story for every movie. And if you're okay with that, I think this wasn't a bad movie. But otherwise, there was nothing new being brought to the table, and there's just... it's a very short movie. It's only an hour and 18 minutes long. So, obviously, they don't have much time to just waste time. And the whole movie is just Po, either fooling around or trying to bond with his father. And then the last, maybe 20 minutes is when the other pandas actually start training and to try and defeat this villain. And I think that felt a bit rushed. The whole, let's defeat the enemy thing. It's like, what were you doing the other hour? Why are we wasting so much time on this? If we're going to have this movie be at an hour and under an hour and 20 minutes long, we need to evenly distribute everything so nothing feels rushed. And that was maybe one of the negatives of the film. And when I first saw the trailer for this film, I thought this was actually going to be a good movie because it seems like it's going to kick. There's going to be a lot of action. There's going to be a lot of humor. But when you go actually see the movie, all of the jokes that you heard in the trailer is pretty much it. There's not a whole lot that's being added to the film. There is one line that I did like in the movie that they didn't have in the trailer, which was towards the end of the film where Po's like, I don't know Kung Fu. I don't even know if I'm a dragon warrior. Heck, I don't even know if I'm a panda. I thought that was pretty funny, but I'm not a huge fan of this series to begin with. It's a series that I'm sure kids can enjoy. Adults can maybe enjoy, but it's not... it's kind of like Ice Age. It's an okay series, but I'm not excited to go see it. I will say that it wasn't terrible. It's definitely watchable. It's definitely enjoyable. I think kids will definitely enjoy it. There's a lot of moments in the movie that actually remind me of Yu-Gi-Oh! Believe it or not. There's this one part in the film where Kai, the villain, is taking people's souls and he's storing them in these capsules. I guess that kind of reminded me of Yu-Gi-Oh! Where they're taking the souls and they're either the whole Seal of Orichalcos thing, or they're taking the souls and putting them into these cards. And then in the film, he's releasing the souls, but he's controlling them. Well, mind slaves, like in Yu-Gi-Oh! With Merrick controlling different people. Also, here there's something called the Spirit Realm. I'm like, yeah, again, we're copying Yu-Gi-Oh! You mean the Shadow Realm? Yeah. So there was a lot of references to Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't know if that was on purpose. Probably, definitely not. I mean, just a lot of coincidences there. The movie was okay. There are some moments that are enjoyable. I don't say that this is a movie you have to see, but if you have a child and you want to go see a movie, it's a movie that you're not going to really fall asleep on. Well, you're not going to have time to fall asleep. It's only an hour and 18 minutes long. But at least it's not like Minions, where you're just being tortured. You're like, oh my god. Is this movie over yet? Some of the problems I had with the movie was how random some of the characters just get introduced. So the beginning of the movie, just take the beginning of the movie for example, the real father of Po, just randomly shows up. It's like, what? Why, can we get a backstory maybe, something? Why is he all of a sudden just randomly showing up? But whatever, that's the whole point of the movie. We're just randomly throwing characters in here. The villain. Where is this villain coming from? If it's like he just randomly pops up out of nowhere within like the first 10 minutes of the movie. Just we see a flash and all of a sudden he's just there. You know, it's like so easy apparently to come out of this spirit realm. Almost said shadow realm there. Where was this guy before? Was he just waiting like, oh, right, we're taking turns, there's a line where these villains come out. Okay, I'm third in line, I'm gonna be in the third movie. Okay, you're the villain for the next movie? Okay, I'm behind you. Hurry up, get killed so I can show up in the next movie. What the hell? Why now? If it's so easy to get out of the spirit realm, why now? Can we get us backstory to where he was, why he couldn't get out of the spirit realm then? Why all of a sudden now? It's just so convenient for him to randomly show up in the movie without any explanation. That just bothered me. And like I said, the ending feels rushed. We spent a good hour just wasting time. We're not really doing anything. And then the last 20 minutes of the movie is when things just start happening and we start getting some of this Kung Fu. It's called Kung Fu Panda, but we don't really get the Kung Fu until the last 20 minutes of the movie. Just extend the movie. Why does this movie have to be an hour and 20 minutes long? You can make it longer. Make it an hour and 30 minutes long. Another 10 minutes might have helped this movie out. I'm not saying that this movie would have been perfect with those 10 minutes added onto it, but clearly it wouldn't have been. But I'm just saying that the ending feels really short, considering how much time we put into the first hour of the movie, and then the last 20 minutes like, oh yeah, by the way, we're supposed to have this huge fight scene where the villain dies, or gets sent somewhere, or just disappears God knows where. Or they're like following a procedure, like an instructions. Oh, we put a check right here, right there. Oh yeah. Ooh, we forgot to defeat the villain. Well, let's squeeze that in here, right there. Yeah, now we're perfect. So, they needed to work on the ending a little bit there. What was the whole point of making the movie? They took some time off before they, there's this gap between the second movie and the third movie. So why did they do this? Just clearly to get money. And this might be a reason why they would make even a fourth one, but I really do not want to watch a fourth one. I really don't want to watch a fourth one. They need to don't make a fourth one. If they do make a fourth one, just make it a TV movie. Don't release it in theaters. We don't want to watch it. It's the same thing. Unless you're going to add something new to the story, change it up a bit, then we really don't need a fourth movie. But otherwise, this movie was okay. It's definitely watchable. It has its moments. I'm going to give Kung Fu Panda 3 a C. Alright guys, that is my review of Kung Fu Panda 3. Thank you guys so much for watching. You can hit that big thumbs up on the bottom there, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time for more unboxings, reviews, and movie news.